Vlogmas Day 2. Welcome to the For Fun of Knit. My name is Linda, and I'm probably going to stop introducing myself at this point because this is Vlogmas, and I'm thinking that if you're watching it every day that you know who I am and you know what this podcast is. Anyway, coming to you from South Surrey, just outside of Vancouver. It is December 2nd. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh boy, it's actually 11:15. Oh well, there you go. Time flies. And just wanting to share a little bit of the day. Today is the last day for entering the Advent calendar giveaway. So check out my previous video if you haven't done so. And today's the last day, December 2nd. So if you haven't put in a comment, then you won't be eligible for the Advent. So looking forward to drawing the winner tonight, and I will share that tomorrow on December 3rd's Vlogmas, which you might get December 4th actually. That's a good point because everything seems to be a day behind. However, whoever is the winner of that Advent, first of all, I wish you all a lot of luck because I think it's fun to get Advents. That said, I completely appreciate that yarn Advents are very pricey. A lot of work goes into them. Having just made my own, just for the heck of it, I can appreciate, and I don't do any of the dyeing of yarn, but just putting it together does take some time. Mine is by no means representative of a purchased Advent, but at the same time, hopefully it's going to bring somebody some joy, even if you get it later than obviously at the start of Advent. You can always hold it over till next year. You can gift it, whatever you choose to do. Anyway, on that note, let's share the 4 Advents that I do have. I have Sassy Strings Advent, I have Stash Lounge Advent, I have Shirley Bryan Yarns Advent, and I have a leftover from last year because it got stuck in the mail, which I won't say that again anymore either, which is the Sweet Sparrow Knits from Julie Advent. So let's just take a quick peek at them. This is the Sassy Strings Day 2, and it's a beautiful, very pastel caramel, I would call that. And this is a 10-gram mini, and it's just beautiful. It's coming up a little bit more yellow in my camera. I don't know what it's showing on yours. It's more of a caramelly color than yellow. So just in case that makes any difference, that's one. The Stash Lounge one, which is a whole bunch of different Canadian dyers, and I don't have my glasses on, oh no. This is from the Loving Path Fiber Arts in the colorway Home for the Holidays in their high twist sock. And I want to make sure I show this the right way around. Home for the Holidays, isn't that lovely? That's probably a truer rendition. It is a minty gray sort of base with it's a variegated because it's got some different colors in it, but it is lovely. It's got a hint of pink, hint of lavender. Absolutely love that one. The Shirley Bryan base, and I don't know which the one is called. I can't find the list of what was included, the list of yarns. I know I got one somewhere, but I can't find it. So this is Day 2 of Shirley Bryan, and does it look familiar? Does it look like Day 1? This is Day 1, and oh my goodness, they're the same colorway. So this is so exciting. So I don't know if she's going to give a whole sock worth or a skeins worth of minis in the same colorway, because these are her fades. This is so much fun. I'm loving that. So that's Day 1 and Day 2 from Shirley Bryan. That's a lot of fun. And Sweet Sparrow, this is lovely. It's a, I don't know if you can see the stellina in this, but it has got a gold stellina, and it is just a very lovely cream with a hint of, I'm gonna say coffee color and sky blue. Oh, it's really pretty. I don't know, I don't think my lighting is doing it very much. I'll take pictures of everything and start putting it at the end of the video so you can get a true color picture, because this light, not good, not good. But there you go. That's the skeins. So these are the 4 from today. If I hold them up, those are the four from today. So hopefully you can see that. So those are the skeins. I'm also going to show a little bit of, excuse me, I'm getting a message on the front there. I'm also going to share with you a little bit of sock madness. And I'll show a little snippet of a video last night. Remember my lovely heels from my socks? These are my Shadow Wrap heels, Shadow Wrap short row heel heels. And I started, well, I did finish the socks. Yay! I did finish the socks, couple of issues, and not a couple of issues, but I did, and I, what was it? Not an Icelandic bind off. Yes, I did an Icelandic bind off, hoping that it would be super stretchy, and it's a little tight for my liking. I may or may not undo the binding on that. I finished both socks. Yay me. So I had a finished pair of Christmas socks with my wonky heels. And so I will be redoing this. Thank you, Kara, for letting me know. Kara and Kim, you both talked to me about increasing. And then Kim, you communicated back saying, don't put the stitches at the end, put the stitches in the middle. So yay, I'll do that next time. And then Kara commented, she actually adds the stitches before she even gets to the heel portion so that it's a gradual increase and that you don't get such a mushroomy feel. So that was very helpful. That said, my second sock, as I was, you always inspect your own knitting after the fact. I do not know what I did with the second heel. I don't know. It had holes. It had loops of yarn, absolute loops of yarn. So it's not something I could fix unless I cut the yarns, tied them in little knots, but it would be in my heels, so that didn't make sense. I couldn't loop the thread all the way through because it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, longer and longer loop. So that didn't work, so I hacked it out. Yeah, you know me, I got rid of it. So this is what I have left. I'm going to show a little snippet video here about me going through the process of undoing that heel. What I will say, it's back on the needles now, yay me. What I will say is that's interesting because now what I have is an afterthought heel. So here I did, yeah, see, I don't know if this is gonna, I think I have to undo this heel now because I can't, as an afterthought heel, do this heel. Oh, so now I have to undo this heel because you can't do a shadow wrap when you have two sides. You have to do it while you're knitting your sock. Oh, bummer. Okay, good thing I love knitting. Good thing I love the whole process. So this heel, going by the wayside, that will give me an opportunity to really think about all my increases maybe and try and get rid of some of them. I don't know. And redo the heels. I'm going to have to do just basic afterthought heels. So stay tuned for the update of the hopefully soon to be finished Christmas socks. Love the yarn. This is the Timber Yarns. It was a mini called Big Red. This is Sweet Skein of Mine's Rudolph in her sock base. Oh, I love it so much. And what happened to my heel yarn? The heel yarn was Hugh Loco's sock in, this was called Aragog. So, and you can see it's brown, but it's got blues and a whole bunch of other colors in it. So love the combination, gonna stick with that. Not that brown's really a Christmas color, but it makes me think of Rudolph's heels. So gonna stick with that. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just gonna stick a little video in here of me fixing it, and then we will go to the big reveal of my knitting space. Thanks so much. Take care.
Welcome to my new knitting space. It's late afternoon before all the rain. Look at how much sun I have. It's lovely. If you'll remember, this wall had my desk and the television and the black cabinetry. My desk was black and brown. Now it's all light and bright, and I have a cubby for everything. In my cubby, I've kept my favorite books, including my favorite Bon Appetit magazines. I went from 13 boxes down to 6. I've also reduced my stash. Remember, my stash on the back wall was in black cabinetry. Now it's in those cubbies. I've kept it all, but it's tucked away, safe for storage, and I can go shopping in my own stash. Look at how the sunlight comes in. I'm very fortunate with this room. Even in the winter, it's super warm. Still a little bit of clutter in my knitting actual corner. I have some work to do. The ottoman's a little bit too big, but I have repurposed most of everything. In those cubbies, I've got my project bags, and above I've got all my knitting books. I've got my dress form behind my chair. Yes, I'm working on my slipstravaganza, yay, but you see the ottoman's a little bit too big for the space, so I have to do something about that. I also have to do something with all the wires that I see. It's a work in progress. More project bags in my beautiful wicker basket. Of course, yes, I love, obviously, chartreuse because there's a lot of green in my room. And that's a bookcase that I also repainted white. It was sort of a cinnamon brown color. Patrick had that in downstairs, and he's had that for decades. And there's my beautiful desk all refinished. And it's actually now part creative space and part knitting space, which is fun. And I've tried to put in as many little plants as I can, because this is really the only room in our house that has enough sunlight for plants. So there's my water on the desk, and of course there's water for Duke underneath. And that's the antique white paint on the desk. I still have to wax the desk. It's not quite finished. And this is my cubby for sewing, dedicated to sewing, which I aspire to do. I've got my mom's sewing machine that I inherited. It's a Janome, and it's a Hobby Lock overlocker or serger, and I had those refurbished because she hadn't used them in a long time. And I have some mementos on the top. That, strangely I'm trying to point, that iron is actually from South America, Chile, and it's an antique. People used to put coal in that iron and iron their clothing. That lamp is one of my favorite IKEA finds. It's about 40 years old, and I love it because the lamp slides up and down the post, and I can use it anywhere. Again, more wires on the floor. Oh well. And there's my beautiful lime green or chartreuse, whatever color you want to say, filing cabinet that is empty, believe it or not. So I have lots of storage space in there that I still have to organize. So while this is the reveal, it's not 100% finished, but I do love it. It's just an absolutely wonderful space, warm and inviting, light and bright, and I couldn't be happier with the outcome. Not that I didn't like my old space, but this is, I don't know, just more zen somehow. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Take care.